The little horn is a combined church-state power found in Europe, different from the other European nations. Daniel continues in verse 25. He, the little horn, shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law. Then the saints will be given into his hand for a time and times and half a time. This little horn shall intend to change times and law. Changing times. Ultimately, this refers to changing the time prophecies of the Bible and giving time prophecies and interpretations that do not match the Bible. And changing law. This power tries to change the law of God. Notice the 10 Commandments, the law of God. As expressed in most Bibles, the 10 Commandments in their short form say, number 1, have no other gods, have no idols or graven images, don't take the Lord's name in vain, remember the seventh-day Sabbath, honor your father and mother, don't murder, don't commit adultery, don't steal, don't bear false witness, and don't covet. But in the Catholic religion and catechism, notice 3 changes to the law of God that have been made. The second commandment on idolatry, forbidding image worship, has been completely removed or even modified to take out the reference to graven images. Since this commandment on idolatry was taken out, it caused the other commandments to be shifted up one spot. And so the last commandment on coveting was then split into 2 parts to make up for the one removed. And the 4th commandment on the Sabbath has been changed to the 3rd commandment and is taught as the Lord's Day, which is claimed to be Sunday. But the Bible clearly tells us that the 7th day, Saturday, is the Sabbath of the Lord our God. Notice the attempted change of the law of God, just as the Bible predicted. Lots of problems happen when you try to change the law of God. Not only do people start worshiping on a day that God didn't command, and following traditions of men, preparing them to receive the mark of the beast, but with the 2nd commandment on graven images removed, icons and images stay or enter the church, resulting in altars, shrines, and idols. Worship through these forms is idolatry. This practice is unconverted paganism, which has a Christian garb trying to cover it up. The law is not to be touched. Jesus said in Luke 16:17, "It is easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for one tittle of the law to fail." We have seen that this little horn power came out of the Roman Empire. It came up among the nations of divided Europe. It plucked up or removed 3 of those nations. Spiritually, it is like a man. It speaks pompous words against God. This power is greater than the other European nations. It has been a persecuting power. It's a combined church and state power, and it made efforts to change times in the law of God. What power can this be? It came out of the Roman Empire and became its own entity, and also is a major religious power. Who or what can this little horn be? The little horn can be none other than the Vatican, also called the papal power or the papacy or the Roman Catholic Church. This power has a king, the Pope, who is the head of the system. It is a little power geographically, only 110 acres big, but the Vatican is officially its own country. It's its own political power with its own church and ruled by an elected monarchy, a king, the Pope, also called the Bishop of Rome. Look at all the characteristics of the little horn of Daniel 7. It can be matched only to the Roman Catholic Church system. Not all the individuals in the system, but the system itself. God has his people in various places, but the little horn is this system, this power that the Bible warns us about. If you see the little horn power as the papacy, then you're in good company, for Martin Luther, John Calvin, and John Knox also thought so. But Daniel has one more thing to say about the little horn. Verse 26, "But the court, speaking of the judgment, shall be seated, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and destroy it forever. The little horn power, although so influential and popular for so long, its power and dominion will be taken away, and it will be consumed and destroyed forever. Babylon is fallen. Come out. But before this little horn power gets uprooted by God Almighty, it has some major activities to perform, and also with the preeminent superpower of the world. Did you know that the United States is covered in prophecy? Now that we have background and understand some prophetic symbols, we can see what the Bible has to say about the United States. Will the U.S. be a great nation for years to come? Will it help achieve world peace or usher in a worldwide government and a unified religious system? What's going to happen to the United States? And what about the little horn? Is that all there is to it? Not at all. The prophecy continues. Moving into the book of Revelation, we can see more about the little horn and its activities. Revelation has much to tell us. Please join for prophecy number 3, the great sea beast. God bless you. And Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."